Today we're going to discuss oral learning interactions. There will be three training interactions that we will be discussing. Child to child interactions, where children are speaking with each other. Educator to child interactions, where the educator is speaking to a child or multiple children. And educator-led interactions, where the educator is leading a discussion, for example, in a large group. First, we will discuss child-to-child interactions. One way to foster good language development is helping children through altercations. The educator is able to supply the child with the correct words to help them get their point across. For example, after consoling the child, you can say, Ryan, stop crying. Use your words. Please say, I don't like that. Please stop. Reinforcing positive interactions. When a child is using the correct words to get their point across, it is a good idea to reinforce what they just said by pointing it out. For example, Elijah, I like the way you use your words to ask Ryan for the toy. That lets them know that they did something good. Being specific in saying what they did helps them realize exactly what they did versus just saying, "Oh, that was a good job, Elijah." Saying that you used the right words helps them learn, helps them know exactly what they did correctly. Next, we will discuss educator to child interactions. When you're reading a book during group time, pausing in between the pages and allowing the children to use the vocabulary they have already learned from previous readings of the same book will help them develop and remember, connect the words, the meaning of the words to what they're saying together. Another option or another experience is during one-on-one interactions. This is more for infants and toddlers, but when you're holding them and they're pointing out different objects around the room, for example, a clock or the bear, giving them the words to what they're pointing will help develop their language. In my company, we have a saying called Strive for Five, and it's engaging with a child in a conversation for 5 back and forth interactions. For example, as you see, what are you drawing? A park. Who is at the park? Me and my mom and Juju. Oh, what is Juju's favorite thing to do at the park? Swinging. This allows the child to become more and more familiar with how a conversation works. Having eye contact with the child as the child is talking, pausing, allowing them to come up with the words that they are trying to to express, giving them time to do that versus asking a question and then 2 seconds later going on to the next question without allowing them time to process what they are trying to say. Open ended questions is another good experience for children to use and to enable them to develop better language skills. Instead of asking, is that a dog, which is a yes or no question in some contents, you can ask, what kind of animal is that? And allow the child to come up with whatever answer they come up with. For example, it's a cat. And then from there, you can build on their knowledge of what they think the animal is. Our final topic will be educator-led interactions. Another activity we do within my company is called the 5-day read aloud, where we read the same book every day for a week, and each day we ask a different question of what's going on in the book. And the point is for the children to gradually take over reading the book. Um, the first day we introduced the book, I would read the book to the kids. The second day, we would talk about what happens to one of the main characters. The third day, we talk about what's happening in the beginning, middle, end of the book. The fourth day, we'll talk about some other subject that happened within the book. And then last day, we talk more about the different vocabulary words that we use and rhyme some of the words together, if possible. Using our new vocabulary words that we have learned from the book of the week, we will take those new vocabulary words and add them to our word wall. From there, throughout the weeks, we will review those words to keep them in the child's vocabulary so they are not forgotten. Another activity that can be done within the classroom is literacy through art. What I mean by this is reading a book, for example, The Hungry Caterpillar, and having the kids draw out what happens in the book. Having each child pick a different page, so a different fruit in this case with the hungry caterpillar. Someone could draw the caterpillar, someone could draw the strawberry, someone could draw the ice cream cone. And then there we can read the book through the pictures that the children drew. Another thing is we can discuss during our group time what else could happen in this book. What else can we do? What else could the caterpillar possibly eat um, on his trail of food? Language development through scaffolding. Scaffolding is building knowledge on what the child already knows. According to classroominterpreting.org, effective communication occurs when an adult speaks in a language a child can understand, yet still challenges learning. The goal is to speak slightly above the child's level so he or she can grow. An example of this is having a train sitting on the table and asking the children, what do you know about this object? What is this object? Some of them may say it's a train. Some of them may say it's a bus. From there, once you establish that it's a train, you can ask, what does a train do? Um, for example, a train carries people. That's one thing that a train can do. Does anybody have any other ideas what a train can do? So just building from what they know to challenge them to think a little bit harder. Maybe they don't know that there's a freight train. Never heard of a freight train. You can build on this passenger train and steer the conversation into a discussion about freight trains.